Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, May 11th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I keep expanding the energy I provide to my values. And I think there's like a quote that's like, speak more about your love than your fears, or speak more, or put more energy into, your desires and your fears. It's something like that. And that's kind of the feeling of this is spending more time, spending more energy in what you value than what you dislike, what's not working, what's feeling bad, all of that. Why? Because our energy transforms into matter and becomes things, and we want to be aware of what is becoming into the world. So, that being said, happy Jupiter in Aries. We had Jupiter move into Aries just about an hour ago. So it's 0 degrees Aries, 0 energy is the wonk place. We'll dig into that. Jupiter will be in Aries until October 27th when it retrogrades back into Pisces. It'll be direct in Aries until July 19th, and then it'll begin that retrograde process, and it's getting all the way to 8 degrees Aries. So if you have a planet between 0 and 8 degrees Aries, congratulations, Jupiter will be rolling over you. And Jupiter is known as the great benefic. It's a benevolent, good, lucky planet, but big butts. Jupiter does like big butts, it cannot lie. The big but is Jupiter expands whatever is there. And this is why we want to be very clear which energy direction we're moving in. Because Jupiter can expand the joy, but Jupiter can also expand on the pain. And with Jupiter in the sign of Aries, ruled by Mars, war energy, we definitely could expand upon that in our lives. And so we want to be very aware what we are doing with this energy. Jupiter in Aries can also expand upon our desire energy, our passion for life, our passion for going for it, which I think is nice. I think after the last few years, we may need a little bit of that. Some fire boosters, like turn on our rockets again, like towards life, right? So Jupiter can help with that, but the frustration can also come up if there's delays, which, hello, we're in Mercury retrograde, right? So there can definitely be delays. We can't have it now. Fire signs are not known as patient signs. Or we feel blocked, or for whatever reason it's not working, the energy can just blow up. So I'm going to actually show you these two cards. Actually, I should show you the 3 cards that are together. I have the Fighting card and I have the Thunderbolt together. What is the remedy? Patience. Keep this in mind over the next few months as we go through Jupiter in Aries. I think this can be very beneficial to creative processes. I love to paint, as you can see by all these paintings behind me, which are all done by me at various times, mostly a long time ago, because I haven't had that energy to do it, even though it's been calling me. And so I'm hoping for me personally that this Jupiter in Aries ramps up that creative energy that needs an outlet and will give me that energy. This again is why we want to be very aware. Are you feeding it into something you value? For me, I value art, I value beauty. Or are you feeding it into the troll lifestyle? Getting on fights online where nobody's right and everybody's just supposing something that we don't even know about, right? So be very aware of that over this time. Now, I said for anybody who has planets in and through this energy, like, hey, this is so great. And it comes with its challenges. Every planet comes with its challenges. Sometimes Jupiter, in order to bring you the greatness, has to move things around a little bit. So just be aware of that in this energy, that sometimes in order to get to the goodness, there is some shuffling that goes on your chessboard, on your personal chessboard. Keep that in mind. Besides that, keeping your passions balanced, I think is the best word. You know, the opposite sign of Aries is Libra. And the moon actually is shifting into Libra late tonight. So keeping in mind that balance will help us all through this process. Check your temper. I always love in the book The Little Prince how he'll talk about like going and tending to his volcanoes. He's like, you have to clear them out. And that's the same thing. Jupiter and Aries for all of us will bring up that anger and frustration. Check your volcanoes. How can you move this energy through your body? It's not about suppressing it. It's also not about blowing it up. But how can you move this through? Aries is a physical sign. It needs physical movement. So figuring out how you can physically move and groove this energy is going to be very important. Maybe it's even clapping, like, rah! Even that can help. So again, keep that in mind along with the patience we're being called to have. Besides this energy, which we'll dig more into as we move through it, we have the moon in Virgo bringing us through a lot of energies. So moon in Virgo connecting to Mars today, connecting to the sun, connecting to Neptune, and connecting to Pluto before moving into Libra late in the evening or early on Thursday, depending where you live. So moon in Virgo, paying attention to the body, listening to our physical signals to help move us through these energies. So moon opposite Mars and opposite Neptune. We've got some Pisces energy still working with us. And this Pisces energy reminds us there's still a flow to move through. Sometimes Virgo energy can get caught up in the being. Even though Jupiter's at zero energy, which is transformational, it's where we're kind of like getting adjusted to the energy. Even though it's at that zero, the Aries fire, the Aries impatience may be like, I've been waiting for this for so long. I've been waiting for this for 12 years. I haven't gotten to be in Aries since 2010, right? And so that impatience may be raring to go, and that with the moon in Virgo doing energy, we may go overboard. So trust your flow, trust the timing unfolding in and through this energy. The sun and the moon connecting, strong earth energy, practical, very practical energy, grounded, which is good. We need that grounding right now in and through this. But again, I'm feeling it like, it's like, I have to produce, I have to get these things done. So watch where your mind is working in this energy. But taking time to get outside and get grounded, I highly suggest that. That last connection between the moon and Pluto later in the evening, how can you empower your personal physical unfolding at this time? Where do you need to honor your body? Where do you need to honor your physical experience? Whether it's through emotional expression, movement, mental stimulation, really listen. What is it that you need? How can you show up for that part of yourself in and through this energy? Yeah, that's what I'm feeling with that. And how can you empower yourself in that process? That being said, if you overdo it, you are going to be feeling the stress energy with this. Try not to should on yourself. If you are shooting on yourself, it's a call to come back to patience. I have to also say that somehow these seeds got tucked into my cards, marigolds. So, and that's the first thing I pulled out. I was like, how did these get in there? So plant some seeds. Spirit says, all right? So that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.